What's up? It's Lex with Feedback Audio, and today on Feedback Chat, we have Zaely,
Hey, y'all.
who is an incredible singer from the Fredericksburg area here in Virginia. And today we're just going to chat a little bit about how you got into all of this and where you are now in music. So thanks for being here. We appreciate you being here.
Me.
It's going to be really fun. Let's just get them started. So why don't you tell the people a little bit about who you are and how you got started in music in the first place?
Well, yes, as you said, my name is Zaely. Hey, y'all. I've been doing music for a long time, just like a lot of people out here in this world, you know. But I kind of got my start just like singing around like a little bit in choir at church. And then it was like I was in school choir and stuff like that. And I feel like my first moments of like trying to really prove to the schools that I could actually sing was when they had me like audition and play like some instruments, and I was like, no, but I want to sing, not the instrument. I don't care about that. But ever since then, I was always like in advance, like, you know, choirs and stuff like that. So, but I kind of got my inspiration like heavily, honestly, from like Erykah Badu and Jazmine Sullivan.
Hell yeah.
Janelle Monáe, artists like that.
The greats.
So, yes.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's fantastic.
Yes.
Well, it definitely shows in your voice. It's so cool. You all gotta hear Zaely do riffs and runs. It is amazing and so controlled, and just like I'm in awe of it. I could never. But it's great. So let's talk about just like music in general and what you're doing now. So you're a recording artist. You've been recording all kinds of stuff. You have music out on platforms, all the favorite streaming things and all that. Talk to us a little bit about how you got into that journey, because you know singing in a choir is one thing,
right?
But then to decide like I'm going to be an artist and I'm going to step into that world. Like how did you get there?
So honestly, I started writing possibly like around when I was but when I was around like maybe 9 or something like that. I feel like it was before that too, but I'm going to just say 9. But I just started writing and my feelings and all that. But I got more into recording and stuff when I was in high school with my friends. And they were like, let's go like to my place and record on Audacity and stuff that. Yep. So it would be me and my guy friends, because it was mainly like a lot of guys that would just be making music with me. And I'm like, dang, I don't got no female friends that want to actually try to sing and whatever. So I would be hopping on some tracks and stuff like that. And then it progressed to me with my family. I signed to ROE Records in 2017, and I started releasing music, recording music professionally, and it went up from there.
Yeah, that's awesome. So you've spent time in both setups, right? The at-home setup where you're just making it happen. And there's something beautiful about that. You know what I mean? That type of energy where you just got one mic up, you're just making it happen, and everyone's throwing
headphones.
Yep. Or in the headphones, whatever you got to do to get it done. Like there is something that pushes you creatively, which is really cool. But you've also spent a lot of time in studios and working professionally and working in that. Can you tell us a little bit about the studios that you've been in?
So one of my like really big I guess you could say more professional studios that I first was in when I moved to Georgia was with Bill Zimmerman. That's my engineer that I've been working with for some years. I can't really exactly remember the studio name, but I think it was like something like Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
They owned it or something. Okay. So it was a really nice big studio, awesome. And it was just definitely a different feel. I was like,
and that's like vocal booth, you're alone, isolated, everything. Headphones, that kind of thing, like the real deal, you know. Overwhelming, the big board.
It was board, everything. I'm like, whoa, like this is definitely, it took me like a couple tries to get comfortable with it. So
I got to start my career in a studio like that at Blue Sprocket Sound in Harrisonburg, which is no longer there anymore. But it was a different experience. A lot of artists would come in and be like, I feel like I can't touch anything. Yeah. Like I shouldn't be here. And I'm like, no. Like it's important to like stay comfortable and all that kind of stuff. But it can be intimidating to be in a big room like that. But there's something nice about it too. I mean, and obviously you get like amazing sounds and things like that. But,
I love it though.
Yeah, that's
I do love it. But I did find myself being more comfortable in the home with the actual setup, with the the audio interface, the
Yep.
laptop, the mic, headphones, all that, but back home. And then like, because like I just have that comfort being, and I'm spending hours and hours and
Yep.
hours one little bar, like, or
Yeah.
one word, trying to get one word
Grind
right,
in the
saying it
process,
the way
yeah.
I wanted to get it. But it's like after going back, I'll listen and be like, girl, you did not have to sing all those takes. Like, you were good with that, like, fifth or the third one, or even the first one.
That's
but,
how it always goes, though. It's
yeah.
like, wait, let me get one more. Let me
Yes.
get one more. Let me get one more. I know I got it better. And then you'll be like, the first one was great. Like, that's a universal experience.
Yes.
Like, so many people do the same thing. Well, let's talk a little bit about your process, right? So as an artist, are you like hitting up producers and getting beats from people and then writing vocals and lyrics? Do you write lyrics first? Do you write vocals first? Like melodies? Like, what's your process look like?
So, from time to time, I do hit producers up, but sometimes I just be on BeatStars looking for inspiration
Hell yeah.
from beats.
It's a great way to do it.
Yeah, and then from there, I'll take those beats and like show the producer like, hey, this is what something
Here's
like
the
what I
vibe.
want. This is the
Yep,
vibe.
this
This
is
is the
what we're going
idea.
for.
Don't gotta be exactly because we don't want to be on no plagiarism.
Yeah, it can't
like
be,
you know,
can't be doing no copyright. Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, I'll do that, and sometimes I'll just catch myself just freestyling the whole song first.
Nice.
And sometimes I'll freestyle a song that first time and like.
That's the keeper.
That's the song.
Yep,
like,
yep,
and I'm like,
absolutely.
those are the lyrics right there. But then there are other times where I'm like, okay, I'll freestyle and I'll just do like melodies or harmonies, like, and I'll be like, okay, and I'll just go back and add the words from there,
Okay.
and then sometimes I'll be writing or typing up the lyrics, as I go, listening to the beat.
So it's a little bit of everything.
It's
right?
a little bit of everything.
But it sounds like it's very like musically driven. Like, right, you find an idea that you like, especially with a melody or something, and then find stuff that fits to it, right?
Yes.
So it's cool. Like hearing you sing, like you can tell there's a lot of soul and just like emotion behind your voice. So it's cool to hear that that's part of like your process too, is to like get some of that out first and then be like, okay, now I can tweak. You know what I mean? Like that's cool. Yeah.
It's definitely like, okay, here's the vibes. What's coming from your heart, like from your soul, like how are you? This is how you're flowing through it, and then okay, let me go back and add some words to these.
Yeah, that's great. I love that, and that's like it's cool to have the different approaches too. It changes the way you write, and I know you make all types of music too. It's not like you're just in one genre, so I'm sure different approaches for different genres and things like that, right? Yeah, that's awesome.
I actually I started off like heavily like just like the new age like R&B type of sounds and like a mixture of pop and stuff like that, and then like now because I really feel like I've been on this journey just trying to find my sound as other artists, but it was like I always knew I was inspired by Erykah Badu, like Jill Scott, all those. Like I'm like, go back to what you really was inspired by. Like I love R&B music, don't get me wrong, but something about neo soul, it's just like, it's me. Like
absolutely.
It's
and
me.
You sound great on it, so like it just like fits perfectly. But yeah, I could listen to you in that lane all day. You know what I mean? Obviously, all your stuff is great, but the neo soul stuff is just so empowering. It's awesome. It's great. It's awesome. And I know that you're performing live. You've been doing some shows and things like that. Let's talk a little bit about shows. Shows are scary. You know what I mean? Especially when you're putting yourself out there as an artist. Do you have like any advice for like say a new artist is up and coming or listening to us now and they're like, I want to do shows but I'm scared. Like what would you tell those people?
So I would start off with like doing the whole open mic thing, because it's more relaxed. Like you're not really everybody's coming out, they just showing like what they got. Like, and hey, this is what I just wrote at home, or this is what I've been had. I recorded this, blah, blah, blah. It's a whole melting pot of people coming in. But I would start off with open mics, just to get a feel. Like, even if you're just sitting in a chair. But, like, just work your way through it. Like, it just comes with time. Just keep going, keep performing. Even if you're at home performing in a mirror, mic, a broom, brush, or whatever you got in your hand. I say just keep at it and keep putting yourself out there because, you're not going to know how you feel in front of all these people unless you actually get out there.
And you're not going to get comfortable with it or used to it until you're in front of a lot of people.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, I remember playing shows back in the day when I was younger, and I was always so overwhelmed every time. I would think about it all day. I can't, you know what I mean? It just like would haunt me. And then eventually you get to the point where you've done it enough where you're just like, man, if as long as I got this guitar, like I'm fine. I can hide behind this thing and just like play and make it happen. Or so it, you know, the more you do it, the better you will get. That's the moral of the story.
Yeah.
You know, get out there and play and perform.
Yep.
Open mics are a great resource, especially for new and upcoming artists.
Yes.
Or if you're just trying to shop new stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if you're going through a journey and you're like, I might want to try this genre of music, or I might want to try this. Go to an open mic and shop it and see and ask people, what'd you think? Like, honestly, because people honestly at open mics, I feel like are there for that. They're there for the art. It's not about being perfect. It's about like, I really love what you're doing, the direction you're going, and trying to feed off of each other and stuff. Like, as long as you find the right open mic, you know, for you. But
and you get like new ideas from other people too, like, you know. So
yeah.
But so at one point I was not listening to music. Like I heard Missy Elliott one time, like years ago, she had said something like back in the day, in the 90s, she was not listening to none of her like peers because she wanted all her stuff to be super authentic. And for a while, like that's really how I felt, and I still kind of feel that way. Like I like to listen to music, don't get me wrong, but it's like a lot of the time I don't be listening to music. If I'm just listening to music, it's myself or main songs that I've already heard before.
Exactly.
But I do branch out sometimes. But I like to just keep my ears like on a steady path, and whatever my ideas are coming up, hopefully it's still authentic, mostly authentic to me, because we're always coming up with new ideas, and we may think the new idea that we came up with was never heard before, but you'll hear something and be like,
dang.
I just made the same type of vibe.
There's so much music out in the world. It's so accessible now. It used to not be as accessible, you know? When you're cutting to tape, you had one chance to get it right, and now it's just different. And so there's so much opportunity to put music out that does happen. It's almost hard to even feel like you got original ideas anymore, you know? But that's a cool strategy. Like, don't listen to music and take, you know, just... I saw somebody online was like, musicians, stop listening to music. Why don't you like read books, go see plays, go to art galleries, like other things that can inspire you to write, you know, but in staying in your own spot. Like, honestly, I don't really listen to a lot of music either, you know, like I listen to old records and stuff that I like spin with the kids when we're cooking dinner, but like, yeah, I mean, I work on music all day, every day, and so I think there's just something about, like, being away from it in the time I am away from it that's, like, good, and you know what I mean?
It does you some good.
Yeah, it does. So that's interesting as an artist, though, to be like, take inspiration from other stuff, other art that isn't your art, you know what I mean?
Take inspiration from its cactus.
Exactly, like anything, like, that's what it's all about, and just making it work and feel good. That's really, really cool. So, where can the people find you if they were looking for you?
Y'all can find me at Zaely Music on all platforms. Zaely Music. So it's the same on everything.
Amazing. That's hard to do nowadays. So the fact that you got it all is great. You know?
I promise you, this was one of the key things that we were like trying to get together. Like when I first, like back in 2017, it was like, okay, because I went through a process too, because I was going by my government name, but I was like, I want to switch it up. So I just took Zaely, and that was my name, and I'm like, okay, this is a fresh start for me, you know. And then, you know, everything else as follows, that it just followed. And
yeah, that's great. And honestly, like, what do you think about that when it comes to like having a name, like a stage name? Do you like that separation where you can kind of be the artist and then you can be yourself and then the artist? What does that do for you? Like, what things about that is helpful?
It's just like, I don't know. I feel like, I don't want to say it's a whole alter ego type of thing, but at the same time, I just feel like I'm not who I was growing up. I'm not the same person. So when I step into this different lane, the music lane, and I get to show myself to all these people and just put it out on, you know, all on the line, like, this is me, this is my voice, like, I just definitely become a different person.
That's great.
And yes.
Does it help with the confidence too? Because you can kind of be like, I might be scared, but my artist self is not. You know what I'm saying? And you can get out there and like, you know, play the character a little bit, which is healthy. Like, I think that's good for like being an artist, to push yourself that way too. That's cool.
And I'm actually writing, I'm I'm working on a project.
I was just gonna ask, what's on the horizon?
Yes,
What's coming up?
I am working on a project. I'm not gonna give any dates or anything like that because it's still in the process.
Yeah,
but I have been working on it for like, the past year, honestly, and just trying to figure out which songs exactly that I wanted to put on it, the vibe, you know what I'm saying? But it's definitely like just the journey of like me and becoming a woman and all different types of things, like relationships, happiness, having confidence, all that good stuff. So,
that's awesome.
Yes.
And I want to say too, it is okay to spend that much time on a record. I feel like people are always afraid, or they'll be like, "Oh, I'm a failure because I've been working on this record for a year." No, it's a record. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's
EP.
It's a project. If you do a full thing, it makes sense to take your time and to do it, especially if you're weaving stuff together, right? And you're like, there's thematic material throughout and you're telling a story from beginning to end. Like, it should take that long. You know what I mean? So if you're not churning out albums every, month, that's okay. Like, it's okay to take your time and make good music.
Exactly.
Take your time with it. I feel like people are afraid of that nowadays. It's like, get it out really quick.
Yes, because you feel like you're getting left behind at times. And I can understand that because at times I feel the same way. But it's like, if I want something to come out just as much like great as I think it should be, I'm going to take my time on it. I'm not going to rush the process. Like, I feel like I used to do that in the past. Like, and I was putting out heck of like projects, like EPs and stuff like that, and singles. And it's like, it's fine. Like, my latest single that I had was Do You See Me? That was dropped on my birthday, April 3rd last year. We're about to be in March.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm tripping. We're in February. Well, yeah.
Yeah, we're about to be there. No,
we're almost there.
You're
so,
right.
yeah, like,
and that's how
a whole
it is.
year since I dropped.
But again, that's like, it's good art. It's great art that you're taking the time to make great. And that's what matters. Like, good art doesn't happen overnight. You know what I mean? It's okay to take your time with it. I think that's like a lost art. It should be something that we do. Take your time. And like, honestly, quality over quantity. Exactly. Like, it's important to have a lot of music. We were just talking about that earlier about like, nowadays strategy isn't like, we're just selling records and stuff. It's like, get a lot of music out. Hopefully something pops, and then people have a back catalog to listen to your music. But even with that, quality has got to be like the main thing. Because if you're just dropping stuff that's like whatever that you did really quick, people are going to fall off as a fan because they're going to know that you're not putting in your time and effort. But when someone really puts in their time and effort on, especially a song, you can like feel that in the production, in the recording, in all of it, the writing, like, and it impacts people more, So it is important. But
it is.
But it sounds like you're doing amazing things, which is awesome. We're excited for this new project. Yes. Hopefully everyone stay on the lookout for some info, you know what I mean?
It's a good one. It's definitely more... I was focused on more neo soul this time.
That's awesome.
I would do like a mixture for like previous works. It was like R&B pop. It was just a lot of different feels, which is fine. But I never felt like I just had one essentially just... one feel the whole way through. So
this would be cool. Yeah. Well, we'll be on the lookout for sure. That's awesome. Do. Yeah. So once again, this is Zaely. Thank you so much for joining us.
I appreciate
Check out Zaely's music on all the streaming sites.
Yes.
Instagram, TikTok, all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
And thanks for joining us.
Thank you for
having me. We'll be on the lookout for your new record and all
that.
And Zaely just did a live at Lex's, and it is insane. So if you haven't jumped over to check out that video, make sure you do that. It was a lot of fun and some beautiful singing on that. So anyways, I'm Lex. This was Feedback Chat. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.